Right, hey, what's up everyone, it's Weston here. So today we finally got the review of the Exibel BX320 Bluetooth speakers. Now if you haven't checked out the unboxing to see what you get, I'll link that down in the description so you can see what sort of other stuff you get with these speakers. Now we're going to kick this review off and talk about the speaker's design. So as you can see from the front, they're very simple design. The left speaker has your volume control and your power switch and a little LED notification, which I'll cover more in a bit, and a grill, and that is pretty much it. The other speaker is pretty much front panel and grill, and that is it. So you can see the speakers are a really nice curved profile, which is really nice, really clean and really modern, so it makes them look very nice, especially on a desk setup where I've got mine. So you can see the speakers are finished off in a really nice high gloss piano black. Now the finish is very nice, looks very nice, but it does attract a little bit of dirt and a lot of dust as well. So if you're moving them about a lot like I did for this review, the fingerprints and stuff will show up quite easily on that. Then we go around to the back and you can see you've got all your connections and a bass port, and I will cover what the connections are later on in the video. But overall for the design, they're very nice, very clean, very modern, and they look pretty nice, like I said, on the desk. So now we get to build quality, and the build quality is very impressive. All the connections and stuff feel really solid, really well put together, and yeah, for a pair of inexpensive speakers, they feel really nice. So overall construction feels really solid. The speakers weigh in at 3.14 kilograms, so they're not overly heavy, but don't let that weight put you off. They are more robust than that suggests. The only downside to the build quality is the speaker grills. They're very difficult to remove and they feel a little bit flimsy. Now obviously you're not really supposed to move them, but for review purposes I have. So that's just one of the things I noticed. But other than that, build quality is very solid. Another issue is the included cables feel a little bit cheap. So if you are worried about that, you can get some third-party stuff, which I will link down in the description. Right, so now we get onto features, and these are pretty feature-packed speakers considering their low cost. So we'll start off with Bluetooth, so the Bluetooth enabled. Now with Bluetooth, you get a range of approximately 10 meters, which is about accurate during my testing. You then get an RCA input, which is what I use to connect to my PC. You get a sub out, so you can connect another sub, which is sold separately. You then have another audio input, which is 3.5mm. So if you're not rocking a Bluetooth device, you can plug a 3.5mm to 3.5mm to connect it to any other sort of phone, laptop, etc. And then finally on the back you've got your power in, so you do get a power adapter supplied with the speakers, and that's where that goes. So let's cover a few specs off, because they're like I said, got some alright specs for the money. So total power of these is 20 watt RMS, so that means 20 watt peak power. They have a frequency response of 20 Hz to 18,000 Hz. Give some dimensions next, and we've got 110mm wide, 188mm high and 155mm deep. So they are very compact speakers. Some more features for you now. So like I said already, these have a bass port. They are rear firing, so you do have to be careful with placement and make sure you don't place them too close to the rear wall, otherwise you will get overly muddy bass, which I will come to when I get to the sound portion. So the speakers do feature a silk dome tweeter, which is pretty standard amongst speakers like this. And then going down, you've got your, now there's no specific number for this, but I'm thinking it's around 60-70mm, and it's a paper cone, so it's pretty basic, but paper cone do sound reasonably well. Right, so now we get on to connectivity. So we'll show you how to get these connected up to a PC. So what you want to do is plug your RCA in first. Make sure that you do plug the 3.5mm into the back of your PC. So that wants to be going in your green socket, either on your motherboard, or if you've got a separate sound card, the one on there. You then plug the corresponding cables into the corresponding colours on the audio input too. So obviously make sure that these speakers are powered off first before you connect it up. So the next thing you want to do is connect the wire to the terminals. So again, you just simply unscrew the terminals, feed the wire through, and then twist them to make sure that they're tight. Not over tight though, because you don't want to damage the cable, but just tight enough for them to hold in. So then obviously you get them power plugged in. Still keep it switched off though, because you do have to connect your other speaker. Right, so then obviously you have to connect your second speaker, so pretty much the same with that. You spin it around to the back and just connect your cables in. Now to get going, first of all you'll notice a red light when the speakers are switched off. Press and hold that for 3 seconds, so then you do get a flashing red light at the front. So this goes off and then you're in RCA mode. So then what you want to do to get it in Bluetooth mode, if you want to use Bluetooth, is just to press the button once. Wait for a couple of seconds and then you'll see the LED changes from red to blue and starts flashing. That means that the speakers are visible and ready to pair with your mobile device. And then if you want to turn the speakers off, you just simply turn them off. Right, so that is it for the connectivity. Next up is the sound. So the sound of these speakers is not bad. Like I mentioned already, they're only a budget speaker, so you're not going to get like audiophile quality or even very high quality music. You do however get pretty good stereo separation because obviously they are a stereo speaker. Now to the actual sound. The bass is a little bit cloudy. It does drop fairly deep like I mentioned to 20 Hz, but it's just a little bit too, not muddy, it's not a really horrible muddy sound, it's just a little bit cloudy. Now you can sort of tweak your EQ on your PC if you've got a built-in EQ like Realtek Studio and stuff like that. You can mess about with your settings to obviously change it. I've just left mine flat obviously for review purposes, so this is what I sort of noticed. The mid-range again is really sort of cloudy again. It's really vague sounding and the details don't really pop out, which is what I like. I like a really strong mid-range, and these just don't seem to deliver that. They're more sort of bass focused. And then you notice that with the highs as well, they're really vague and you can't really distinguish them that much from the sound. Vocal production is pretty reasonable at the price. I mean, if you turn them down enough, you can listen to YouTube videos and you can hear everything that's being said, so that's not too bad. But overall for music quality and stuff, they're not that great. They're better for movies, I noticed, than they are for music. But overall, they're not bad. If you do tweak your EQ a little bit, you can get them obviously sounding better. So if you do tweak your EQ, you can sort of iron out the sort of issues in the mid-range and the bass as well to get them sounding really nice. Which I did, and they do sound impressive, but they do need a little bit of fettling about with to get them sounding good. So now I'm going to stop talking and let you listen to them in the sound test.
Claim this love that you never started. You once destroyed a broken heart that was already shattered. Holding on to what we have and take us to the edge and back. Holding on to what we have and take us to the edge and back. Yeah.
Right guys, so that is the sound test. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of the speakers. So to wrap this review up, the speakers are reasonably priced. They look very nice, they're well built, they've got loads of connections. The only downside is the connecting them and stuff is a little bit fiddly if you're not used to it. Pairing them with Bluetooth devices and stuff is a bit of a pain, which is why I just use wired connections. But like I said, overall, they're not bad. Right guys, so that is it for this video. If you have any questions about this, or if I've missed anything off that you want to know about, let me know down in the comments and I can answer that for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.